Acting National Chairman of the Labour Party, Senator Nenadi Esther Usman, has described the claims by embattled former National Chairman of the party, Julius Abure, that he remains the authentic chairman of the party as laughable and insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians and party faithful. Her reaction came following a clarification by the Independent National Electoral Commission on the status of the party's leadership, which described as Abure as a former chairman of the party. In an earlier post on its official X handle on Friday, INEC had clarified that it had neither pronounced nor restored Abure as the national chairman of the Labour Party after the Abure-led National Working Committee announced the suspension of Governor Alex Otti of Abia State and 5 other members of the party. Abure had, however, released a statement where he insisted that he remains the authentic chairman of the party and urged members to disregard earlier reports that he had been removed. But in a post on her verified X handle on Saturday night, Usman said Abure and his clique continued parading of themselves as Labour Party leaders despite lacking the legal standing, moral credibility and institutional backing to do so, was aimed at destroying the party for their selfish gains. She had reaffirmed that the party belongs to the people and not to some cabals whose sole aim is to destroy it. In the post titled, INEC's clarification on leadership status of the Labour Party, Usman stressed that Abure's tenure and legitimacy have long expired and that no amount of manipulation or media propaganda can resurrect a dead mandate. The Independent National Electoral Commission, through its official X handle, has today publicly clarified that it has neither pronounced nor restored Mr. Julius Abure as the national chairman of the Labour Party, she wrote. The unambiguous disclaimer, issued in real time and without delay, goes to the very heart of the matter and exposes the falsehoods and desperation that have continued to emanate from Mr. Abure and his collaborators. We state emphatically and without equivocation, Mr. Julius Abure is the former national chairman of the Labour Party. His tenure and legitimacy have long since expired, and no amount of manipulation, media propaganda, or unauthorized press briefings can resurrect a dead mandate. It is both laughable and insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians and party faithfuls that Mr. Abure and his clique continue to parade themselves as party leadership despite lacking legal standing, moral credibility, and institutional backing. The Labour Party is not a personal enterprise. It is a vehicle of democratic ideals built and sustained by the collective will of the people. We therefore reject in totality the fake news being peddled by Mr. Abure and his self-serving circle. We equally call on all members of the party, civil society, and the general public to disregard such misinformation and stand with truth and justice. As the acting national chairman of the Labour Party, I reaffirm our commitment remains rooted in integrity, transparency, and the rule of law, and not brigandage or media stunts. Let it be known, the era of impunity is over. The Labour Party belongs to the people, not to a cabal. Ndamzi, the back and forth. And now with INEC, saying this on their official handle, what do you make of this entire Labour Party scenario going on?
Yes, I will start by saying that the Cybercrime Act have been passed into law, and it criminalizes fake news. So people should be very careful with what they dish out there for the public to see. Before you dish out anything, verify the source of that information. And to my greatest dismay, I am very particularly surprised the way institutions in Nigeria allow themselves to be used by political beneficiaries. We heard on the news that INEC published the name of Abure on its website. Few days again, a disclaimer came from the X handle. So, I mean, all this behavior is ridiculing our nation. INEC, which prides itself as an electoral umpire, should be guarded by its actions, deeds, because whatever they do affect the political behavior out there. So it's high time security agencies started investigating the source of this fake news in the country. It is within the purview of the Nigerian police to so do. It is the purview of within the powers of the Nigerian police, the DSS, to question INEC, who published the name of Abure on your website. Definitely, there is an IT expert managing the website. There are web developers and all that working in the IT department. So, the security agencies should be able to move in and say, look, you people are overheating the polity. What is going on? Can we investigate your sources? They should be able to look at what they are doing, look at their hardware, who probably, because somebody somewhere did that publication and it turned out to be fake. So that is a crime. A crime have been committed in that regard, and this crime have been consistent, because we've seen situations in this country. INEC will dish out a press release now, the next 2 days or thereabout they are dishing out something in contrary. So in my view, as a lawyer, they are misleading the public. So whomever is responsible for that act in INEC, we need to know who that person is, who is always making this erroneous publication. Let's assume the person posted in error. Let's assume the person made that publication in their website in error. Does it mean this error that it happens continuously? That's to say that there is a corrupt hand somewhere in the Independent National Electoral Commission that is aiding and abetting these political gladiators in Labour Party. Because the Supreme Court judgment was clear as to the leadership tussle. It was clear. So Abure's time has passed. Abure, like as Nenadi described her, is a former chairman. How many tenure does he want? Is Labour Party now a personal enterprise, or Labour Party now is his chamber of practice? Abure should listen to voice of reason. Abure should understand that those who are supporting him are also looking up to him as a leader. A leader should know when to call a quit. Your tenure have elapsed. You take a bow. You support the party. You give your full support from your full chest to the incoming, so that the party can move forward. Because every political party is founded on an ideological belief. So whatever belief Labour Party believes isn't hinged on Abure alone. There are lots of people who are supporters of Labour Party. So the aspiration, the will of the people should be able to reflect, and not what few individuals think they can do in the party.
Now, I just opened the INEC page right now, and I am going through, because in their page, in their website, you see lists. You see lists of different parties.
Yes.
So now I have actually opened their page. I'm on their website right now, and I've clicked on Labour Party. And opening Labour Party, I am seeing the listed. Of course, they put down the list of the ESCOs of different parties. And here I'm seeing Labour Party National Chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, by court order. So now, while they are publishing something different on their X handle, their website is saying that Julius Abure is the national chairman by court order, and the national chairman Al-Haji Omar Farouk Ibrahim by court order. And then they suspended National Treasurer, the one that Abure suspended, Mrs. Oluchi Obara. Now, when you look at this thing, in the INEC website, as at this morning, Monday, May 12, 2025, INEC has not updated this on their website. And if I'm to go by this website, does that mean that INEC is going by the order or the judgment of the High Court and Appeal Court as against the judgment of the Supreme Court that has nullified the judgment of High Court and Appeal Court recognizing Abure? Is INEC, what's going on with INEC now? That would be the question.
Yes, that is the reason we think the security agency need to step in, because INEC have a legal department that studies judgments of courts, a legal department that advises the commission on legal steps to take at every point in time. And I believe that legal department have also received a copy of the certified true copy of that judgment. They cannot feign ignorance. They cannot feign that at this point they have not received the CTC. No. If they tell Nigerians that, they are continuing with their lies again. INEC is battling with reputational crisis. That commission need to redeem itself by henceforth doing the right thing, henceforth allowing whatever they do to be in line with the laws of the land. INEC prides itself as an electoral empire that functions within the ambit of the law, but their actions have proven to Nigeria that they are not even there in Nigeria's best interest. They are there to amass whatever they can get from the highest bidder. That's exactly what they have shown us in this country.
Now, if I may ask you, you are a lawyer, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I want you to give briefly give interpretation to this statement by the Supreme Court when they were giving judgment in the matter in Labour Party. He said the decisions of the trial court and the court below recognizing Julius Abure as the national chairman of the first respondent, that's Labour Party, are hereby set aside. Is this statement vague? Can you interpret this statement? Should I read it again?
No, that statement is not vague. It is clear, explicit. It has a very clear understanding to the ordinary man.
But then different interpretations have been given to this statement, right? Abure is holding on to the Supreme Court judgments to still maintain that he is the national chairman. That the Supreme Court says that the orders have been set aside and that the courts in the first instance do not have the jurisdiction to entertain that matter, that is internal party crisis, internal party matter. On the other hand, Nenadi Usman-led caretaker committee is saying that the Supreme Court has annulled the judgment of the lower courts and the appeal court, thereby setting aside the chairmanship of Abure. I need clarification on that.
This is simple. When a court of competent jurisdiction gives judgment on a matter, they do avail parties. They certify true copies. And when you look at a judgment of a court, there is obiter dingdum, statements made by the judge or judges on a wayside in course of giving the judgment. And there is the part that actually talks about the order of court. So that part wherein you will see it is hereby ordered as follows. That is the main judgment of the court. So that judgment clearly set aside the judgments of the trial court. So if the judgment have set aside the judgments of the trial court that recognize Abure, then Abure cannot come up and tell Nigerians that he still remains the chairman of the party.
Right.
So, moving forward, Labour Party National Executive Committee, if they do not have the certified true copy, let the legal...
They have the certified true copy. And Alex Oti had led the delegation to present the certified true copy to INEC. So INEC has the certified true copy as given to them by the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, as it were.